Welcome to Module 4, Lesson 10. Today we're going to be dividing with decimals. Not as scary as it sounds, I promise, because we've seen something like this before. We've seen, say, 2.5 divided by 5. Now we could think of 2.5 as being 25 tenths. So you can just say that out loud. 25 tenths divided by 5 has got to be, 5 tenths. And the way we do it with regular notation is we just go boop, 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 move that decimal up to the top and say 5 goes into 25 5 times. There we go. 5 tenths or 5 tenths. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But if you remember in that problem, we had our decimal in the dividend, the thing that was being divided. What happens if you have your decimal on the other side, if you have something like 7 divided by 0.1? Well, we could rename this, or rewrite this rather, as a fraction. We know that the line in the fraction means divided by, so I could say 7 divided by 0.1. I know that's weird to have a decimal in my fraction. Just bear with me here. I would like to get rid of that decimal in the fraction. So I'm going to think about what could I multiply top and bottom by, because remember, that's okay as long as I multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same thing. What can I multiply top and bottom by that's going to get rid of this decimal? Well, since this is tenths, if I multiply times 10, okay, that's going to move my decimal one place over, and I'll actually have 1, because 1/10 times 10 is 1, and 7 times 10 is 70, giving me an answer of 70. I know I went fast, so let's try that with another one. What if I have 9 divided by 0.03? I can rewrite that as a fraction and then say, oh, looky, I've got not tenths, but hundredths in this one. So I want to multiply top and bottom times 100 to get rid of that decimal. 3 hundredths times 100 is 3. 9 times 100 is 900. Go ahead and divide that, and I'm going to have 300. This is a good strategy, and it does work. But what I really want to show you is how we can do it using traditional, sort of the traditional long division notation. Okay, so let's rewrite this as 7 divided by 0.1. And I want to do the same thing here. I basically want to get rid of this decimal. I want to move him over so that this becomes a whole number. How many spaces do I need to move him over? Well, 1 will do it, times 10. That means I have to multiply this by 10 as well, it's the same thing I did up here. But now we're just going to pop on a 0 because 7 times 10 is 70. Okay, and I just move that over. Now it's 70 divided by 1, which is, of course, 70. Same answer. Let's look at that with the 9 divided by 0.03. Okay, got 9. We're dividing by 0.03. I want to get rid of the decimal. Let's hop him over. Boom, boom. I had to move 2 spaces. So here's my invisible decimal on the 9. I'm going to go 2 spaces. My 9 became 900. My 3 hundredths became 3. Divide as normal, and I get 300. What's cool is this works when I have a decimal in both parts of my division sentence, in my divisor and my dividend. Okay, so here I've got 34.8 divided by 0.6. I want to get rid of my decimal here in my divisor. So I'm going to move him over, pop, 1 spot, which is really multiplying him by 10. I have to do the same thing over here, multiplying him times 10. So now I've gone from 34.8 divided by 0.6 to 348 divided by 6. And I can just do regular long division from here. 6 is going to go into 34 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. I subtract. I've got these 4 left over, so I'll bring the 8 down. 6 will go into 48 8 times. That is nice and even. equals 58. And I promise you that'll work on anything. You want me to show you one more just to be sure? Okay, we'll clean up. This time we've got 7.36 divided by 0.08. So remember, this is the guy being divided. He's going to go in the house. 0.08. Well, now I've got hundredths. I need to multiply by 100. I'll do the same thing over here. And then divide it like normal. 16 equals 92. Now, in both of the examples I just did, I had this same number of decimal places in both parts, but that really doesn't matter. Okay, what if I had 73.6 divided by 0.08? Okay, I've got 2 decimal places here, 1 here. Doesn't change it at all. I still do it exactly the same way. Okay, because it's having a decimal place here in my divisor that makes me want to do the trick. Okay, 73.6. I'm going to do whoop, whoop, 2 moves. I have to do 2 moves over here. And looky, I have to pop in a 0. 8 into 73, 9 times, 72, 1, 16, 2, none left, 0. So because this decimal was in a different place, I got an answer that's 10 times bigger, but the method is the same. Great, I think you are ready to try the practice set.